It's late here. I'm making this video. I'm coming at you raw, unexpected. I figured I'll make this video while my little one is gone, take advantage of my time. So let's just give an update. Where can I start? I have not come away from the Twinflame journey. I have made some stops, giving up sometimes, overwhelmed, fear, questioning, second guessing myself, disappointment, anger, all sorts of emotions with this journey. They call it a journey, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like it's progressing, I believe, but when you're in the midst of it, you don't see the other side. So that's one thing I'm learning, is just to be in the midst. Don't worry about the other side. Be present. So, I have had my reading. Those of you who follow Twinflame's Tarot, Sophia, Charles, you know what I'm referring to. Yeah, and I must say, lately, because I have done inner work. I started before the reading. I must say, since then, I have been able to tap into my own knowledge, my own self, my own knowing. I don't know where it comes from. It's just, it's not like I'm talking to you, but it's just a knowing that has happened quite a lot now. But what I'm here to talk about outside of the update will be some of my progress, what I've come to realize more so than progress or breakthroughs, because I wouldn't call it breakthroughs. Just to let you guys know, I'm doing this video raw, unrehearsed, unedited, unprepped, anything, no makeup, nothing. So inner work, whatever you like to call it. I've been doing it. Like I said, I've had some times where I just overwhelmed, gave up, questioned myself. Am I doing this right? Am I, just the things that came up, like sometimes they would just come to me without me thinking of it. Sometimes I was just kind of in meditation and a thought, a memory comes to mind and I have to deal with it. But what prompted this video was I've been intending to make videos and this is, I'm kind of using this as my diary, my way of releasing. Hopefully this video will be more than a diary. I don't know what it's going to be. Hopefully I can look back on it and see my progress. Hopefully someone that is where I was once starting or venturing back to, because I feel like I circle all the time. So maybe this will help someone, or maybe someone will at least feel not so alone, or like they're the only one, or but what prompted this video today more so was Sophia, Charles from Twinflame's community did this video, and it was basically in alignment with my inner child session a day. You are enough. And you guys, those of you who don't know, I have a young child. I'm a new mother. Feel new still. I have to do my sessions, whatever work I can, whenever I can. It's like, yeah, it's I've been dealing with some things, and since having my child, that it's life. Everyone's journey is different, and we all have different struggles and hassles. So you roll with the punches, right? So I have to get mine in when I can. Sometimes I'm laying here just like holding my baby like this and just silencing myself, my mind, ego, silence. And I'm reaching in and doing my inner child meditation. It's part of the package if you get that, or if you have it, or whatnot. You know what I'm referring to. But sometimes I'm laying there and I'm holding my child. Sometimes it's late at night, early in the morning. Like, please don't let him wake up. Let's go get this work in, right? You know when you need to do it, when you're out of balance. Some days I can go in and I'm calm. But today, I was expecting to be calm, but you have no expectations. You just go in, let what comes to you come. Today, I went back to 7th grade, and it was weird. I just remember I was in a Catholic private school, and we had reading time. And I remember being on this beanbag reading a book by myself. Now, at this particular time, I was the only African American girl at the school. So I realized through the day what that was like for me, the ostracizing that I went through. Not knowing at that time, it led me to feel that something was wrong with me, something was not as the other children. And at this time, the other children, of course, they were all affluent. Parents were, well established with, a lot of rich families. But I remember sitting at this beanbag alone, and and that's the first thing that came to me was just, I didn't have a judgment of it, just a memory, a vision, sitting at this beanbag, looking under a desk alone. It was just, that was it, really. It was a room of people, but they weren't at all a focus, not even really seeing, just more so I was a knowing that they were there, but I was alone. And through that vision, I kind of wanted to fight that memory, but I just let go and I followed myself. I didn't speak to my inner child. All I could say to her first was, "I'm sorry. Wow, that happened." It just, all that I could say to her was like, it was kind of like, wow, that happened. So we just kind of briefly went through some experiences at that school that year. Kind of like she just wanted me to remember some things that happened. And I'm sure that's probably not all that we're going to visit in that time. I'm sure it will be some more. I'm finding myself sometimes having to go back to the same year, same school. Not necessarily incident, but a lot of things surrounding that timing, or having to deal with the same issues multiple times. But however, I just remember being alone here and having to talk to my younger self and explain to her what issues, what was going on, that it wasn't about her. She's perfectly fine, special even, different, and that she's enough. And that's the message. Sometimes you're not enough for other people at that time, or maybe it's that you are too much. They don't understand. They don't know how to accept you. There's a song that's one of my favorite songs, and I haven't listened to music in so long, but it talks about, and a lot of people would know this song, but it doesn't take a whole day to recognize sunshine. You see the good, You know, someone can see the good in you, but they can recognize it, but they can't handle it. You know, I won't quote the words exactly, but, and I do know them, but I won't quote them. But, you know, you can see something that's so good, but you can't handle what comes with having to arise with it or measure up to it. On the other side of that, you might feel like it's something wrong with you. You question yourself. You're feeling it as if you're not good enough. You alone aren't enough. And that's not the issue. Sometimes there's other things at play. Sometimes people don't understand your greatness. It's too much sometimes. But I come to realize that weighed on me through the years. You know, I never really thought about it too much in my life, but it weighed on me through the years, and you question why you're different, you know, if you're different. Is it me, is it them? And it's just amazing when you actually look back and you talk to yourself. And it doesn't have to be just the most traumatic thing, like, oh God, but sometimes you have to realize that happened. And you just calm yourself. You tell yourself, you know, kind of how you have to just coach yourself through that moment. I explain things to my inner child, not as as she wouldn't understand. I talk to her knowing she understands. I don't talk to her as if she's a little child. I nurture her, but I'm honest with her. You know, and I call things as they are. Some things she didn't understand what it was. You know, and some things are just unfair in life. And sometimes there's some things that I can't say to my inner child at all. But I had to let her know at the end of the day, at the end, when it all said and done, you're enough. This too shall pass. One day, you're going to know how strong you are. One day, you're going to look back on this and say, I survived that. I was enough. I made it. And that's the key. This too shall pass. You are enough. I can't stress how many times I've had to tell myself that. How many ages I have to tell myself that. It's almost a mantra that I have to speak to each version, each age. It's so important to know that no matter what, you're enough. When it comes to my DM, you know, I had to question. This is something that still I have to tell myself, you're enough. You know, I am enough. I'm enough for him. I'm enough for me. I'm enough for everything I desire, everything I love, everything that matters to me. I'm enough for it. I'm deserving of it. I'm worthy of it. It is a core disbelief. And I do believe it applies in a lot of people's subconscious. You know, the world is always waiting to tell you from birth almost why you're not good enough, why you can't have this, why you can't do this. A lot of people are limited by their own failures. They'll tell you that you can't do this, you can't have that. And you're ready to believe it. So much that when someone comes along and says, you are enough, you can't have this, you can't do this, you can't do that, you are ready to disregard them and count them out. You're ready to believe you're not enough. But now I'm beginning to understand and accept I am enough. When my DM, if he rejects me, if he doesn't understand me, if I don't feel love for him, if he doesn't speak to me in the way I want, or it's not because I'm not enough. It's not my issue. I can't fix that. But it doesn't mean that I'm not enough. It doesn't mean that even if someone treats you a certain way, or doesn't talk to you, or says mean things to you, or it's not necessarily because they even believe that you're not enough. People can only love you or understand you, accept you with where they are at. And it has nothing to do with you. Had I not, this is getting longer than I want to, had I not started doing inner work, I wouldn't have understood that. It's always being me, something with me. And if this has been a long time, I mean, I am going to kind of go in and do more videos of some of my chronicles of inner child. Might even call it that, I don't know. But, I mean, I have had to speak with my father. Come to realize that I have, I had a little mishap there. I have had some issues with stemming from my father. I had to be honest and realize and confront that through some of my inner child work. It's amazing what comes to you. So what I will say, to keep this short, is, well, let me back up and let you guys know I have come from, I'm a lazy twin. I have fears. I have second guessing myself. I resist sometimes going in and doing that inner work. You don't know what's going to come up. And you guys, it doesn't always feel good. Also, I've learned very recently, within the past few days, that sometimes you have to learn how to relate and just bond with your inner child. When she's calm, just sit with her and just enjoy her. Some people only show children, or people, therefore, attention when something's wrong. I know in my family, it seems like we have this thing where we're only really around and connected when there's a funeral, and it's like, you've got to learn how to connect and bond when things are just, and that's what I've been doing with my inner child. Sometimes they used to frustrate me when I would go in and it's just like, okay, well, but no, I've started asking her, can I just sit with you? Can I just hold you? Can we just sit it apart? And that feels good. But you have to allow what comes to come. Don't resist it. Don't be afraid of it. And just know, you are enough to get through whatever comes up. You are enough to get through it. You have survived. Now it's time to heal. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm healing. I'm doing it afraid, tired, unknowing. If I have to do it with my child in my arms, daytime, nighttime, morning, doing his naps, whenever. I am committed to doing it no matter how many times I fall off or frustrated. This inner child work will be done, will continue if I don't do anything else. Another thing I've noticed, though, I will say, and I have talked about this. I have been in some of Erica's. I will try to link her if I can figure out how below. She has a support group, and I have noticed, and I've told them about it in this group, that when I do these sessions, and sometimes it's the harder sessions that I've noticed this in, but when I go in, and like I said, it's the more drastic ones, I release, and it might be through a cry or just acknowledging what it was that it happened and allow myself to feel that pain or whatever it was. But for example, I had an issue very young in life, probably around first grade, and it was surrounding people, certain people, and I released that. I visited, released it, and I swear, you guys, I'm at the store, at a health store, holistic, I guess you'll call it, and I saw that person. Have not seen that person in the greater of, let's just say, 30 years. And I'm like, everything about that person came back, like the memory of that person. But I was remembering them a different way and expecting that if I ever saw them, they would be a certain way. I saw this person, I was like, what was that about? Like, this is just a person. Just a person. No greater, no lesser than you, just a person. And you made them up. Your child, the child memory you have of that person, made them up a certain way. But every time I go in and I have these I'm just going to say these super releases, I get confirmation of some sort of having to relive that moment or running into that person. The circumstance somehow repeats itself to me. And it's almost like, I call it like a sign-off signature. And that's something I've noticed. I don't know if it's just me, but, you know, if I had to say goodbye to a place or something, I'll find myself going to that place somehow, or something popping up, or, you know, I don't know. It's just been one of those things I've noticed. But yeah, that's really it, you guys. Just, I've been tapping in, comforting myself. It's been a hard day today emotionally, though. It has been a lot for me. I don't know. It's Christmas here in the States. It's Christmas time season, and it's I've been really digging in. Sometimes I'll go in twice a day. If it's what I call light, you know, she's just kind of calm, just kind of sitting around, I'll go in again and make sure she's good through the day. Like I said, I'm doing it regardless. No matter how long it takes, don't give up. If you don't feel like it's happening fast enough, don't give up. If you don't feel like you're doing enough, don't give up. Just keep doing it. A little work is better than no work. Getting there a year from now is better than never. Getting there 2 years from now is better than ever. So keep doing it. Never feel like you're not enough. Your journey isn't enough because it's not like such and such is. You're not where such and such says. You'll get there. You'll get it right. You know? Don't question if you're wrong or right. Just keep doing it. A broken clock is right at least twice a day. So eventually you'll get it. Just do the work. Commit to it. Your way of doing it is going to be different. Your timing is going to be different. Your circumstances are different. But you're still enough. Your timing is enough. Your intention sometimes is enough. Put the intent out to do the work. And I promise you, you'll find yourself digging in more. You'll be like, wait a minute, I've done this work twice a day. I'm doing it twice a day. Not every day, but a lot of times twice a day. It's just about setting that intention. You have to, I think for me, I got to where I wanted the progress. Not so much my DM, because I'm accepting what is right now. It just is what it is right now. I can't do anything about that. But I'll tell you, the crying for them, the longing for them isn't there as much. Now, sometimes, especially through the holidays, I'll think of things that I would like it to be or whatever, but that is fading a little more so. The tarot watching, I did win a reading a couple days ago, but other than that, I haven't watched tarot readings in quite some time. Like, we're talking about going from, God, I could watch tarot readings. I would, not on purpose, but I would watch one and then another. And I only watch them from certain people, but I could be on there a good hour or two watching tarot readings. And I got to a point where I wanted the results more so than to hear what the reader was going to say. Because I realized I'm hearing these readings and they sound good or whatever all day, every day, great, but that's not getting me the feeling I want, or it only felt good for a couple minutes. But meanwhile, I want the relief. I want the results, and that's up to me to get the results. That's up to me to provide the relief. The tarot is not going to do it for you. It didn't do it for me. So, yeah, I went from watching tarot, every day, check-ins, whatever. Every day. I don't watch it. I'm not going to say I never will. Now, I did start doing tarot for myself and people I know, but I don't even really do it for myself often at all. I find it easier to do tarot for other people than myself, actually. But I will say I've pulled away from tarot. I don't know when the last time I actually really watched a tarot reading. Even when I do, it's like I'll cut it off after a couple minutes. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it says. Because when it's all said and done, they could give you the winning numbers to the lottery. And if you don't go and actually purchase a ticket with those numbers, it doesn't matter. You're not going to win. You can go all day long and shout to the whatever authority, hey, I knew the numbers, it was blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You didn't play them. Doesn't matter. So, I want the results. Yes, I want to unite to align with my soul. Excuse me, I'm getting a little hoarse. I want to align. I want to unite with myself. I want to unite with I hate to say twin, but that's what, my DM. And sitting here watching tarot, it's not doing that, you guys. Tarot has been around for, and if it was that easy, we would all be in union by now. We would all be celebrating New Year's, bringing it in with our DM, but that's not the case. So, what can I do that gives me the most relief? And honestly, you guys, when I do this, I feel some type of progress. I feel in my own, knowing my own self. Somehow I'm chipping away. It's like having that big block and you just chipping off of it. I feel it. I feel more I feel more, I don't want to say the word useful, but I mean, lack of better words right now, I feel useful. I feel like I'm really doing something that matters when I do this work. Doing something that matters, I don't feel that when I'm watching tarot or doing chakras or any of that. And don't get me wrong, I've done that, Reiki sessions or whatever. You know, I felt Reiki. I actually had a session today. It's great to do it, you know, but if you're not doing the inner work along with it, it's gone after a while, you know. And it's to the point now where I'm telling everybody, people I know with problems, like, hey, go do your inner child, do this. It's crazy. I'm telling people I know, like, you gotta do some inner child work. Me, telling other people, like, do some inner child work. Can't believe it. And it's like, right now for me, nothing else matter. The primming and prepping, you know, prepping yourself up, all that doesn't matter. It's in here. Until you prep that inside, it's not gonna matter. It's just, you know, excuse me, but, you know, it's like you can put whipped cream on shit. Doesn't make it ice cream. You're still the same old shit with whipped cream on it. So, you get to decide, you know? And you never know, you know, you might help someone else or be in a position to help someone else. I know a ton of people, whether they're twin flames or not, that I feel like I can help at some point. And maybe my transformation will be the motivation they need. You know, if someone helped me, I would like to return a favor. You know, even if it's just one person. So that's where I am right now, guys. Just me doing inner work. No big updates, no big breakthroughs. I don't have breakthroughs. I just have realizations. And I'm realizing that I'm enough. Plain and simple. You know, plain and simple. That's why I could come here and make this video for you guys with no hair done, makeup, nothing. Late at night. Crazy, emotional day. Rushing in just to make this video before my child comes. There will be some videos featuring him because there's no way around it, you guys. So I'm sorry. This is just going to be a raw channel. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to do tarot or not. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to let this channel be what it wants to be. There is no motive for anything, but so far this is just my diary. That's all I can say. I'll try to link some channels down here for you guys to go see. Again, you guys, I've watched a lot of different channels. I went through confusion. I've went through fear, second guessing. Ton of people saying this is this, you need this, this, and this. But guys, really, KISS. KISS. Look it up. And you just got to, when it all said and done, you just gotta use common sense. You cannot buy your way into healing. That comes from the inside. This healing I'm talking about comes from the inside. You can't buy your way. You can't friend your way. This is something you're going to have to fill out and do. And, you know, we all have that inner child. We all have the drama of life, the trauma of life, the trauma of growing up in a less than perfect world. This is the experience I do believe we asked for. The human experience. So, I'm sorry if this video is long. That was not my intention. But it's been long overdue. I haven't done a video in, God, it seems like I know it's just been probably a good month or two, but anyway. I am planning on making another video, sometime this week. Might even get a chance to do it later tomorrow. But yeah, I know I have told you guys that I'm gonna do a video, speaking of my I guess you'll say twin flame meeting, whatever. It's just my guy. It is what it is. I've always said he was mine, so we're gonna just say that. Everyone says your person, but that just seems like it's like I'm an alien. He's my person, my squishy. Sorry guys, I've been watching Dory and movies, Finding Nemo, and all that. I have a kid, so yeah. But it just feels like you're kind of claiming like my precious. That's my precious, or I don't know. It just has some weird, But it's just my guy, you know. But yeah, I'm hoping to. I'm rambling. It's late. I'm hoping to get a video out maybe today. Later, I'm saying today is technically another day. If not, it will be before the next week is out. You guys, I don't know. I get it in when I can. um, so it will be before Christmas, you guys. I will give you guys a video before Christmas. I don't care if it's just to show you the Christmas tree and the little fluff of Christmas or whatever over here. But yeah. I hope everything is going well for whoever is watching. Or not watching. I hope you find your path and stick to it. And through all of it, you are enough.